Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if it is your first time here. In today's video, I'm taking some time to reflect on my college experience and sharing with you guys 10 things I wish I knew before going into college. Now I know I'm not the only one who went through my 4 years experiencing different things like, yo, why didn't anybody tell me this? Instead of me wasting my time, my energy, and my money, I wish somebody told me ahead of time. So this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys in case you are on your way to college or whatever the case may be. Just sharing with you guys 10 things that you may not know, and hopefully you'll be informed. But regardless, when you go through your own journey, you will find some other things that you're gonna be like, why did anybody tell me? And that's just the circle of life. Anyway, if you guys are not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. I upload every Wednesdays, Sundays, and Fridays. Now without further ado, here are 10 things I wish I knew going into college. So just for some reference, originally I went to a private college, and then due to some issues with my loan, I ended up going to a CUNY school. So everything that I'm going to talk about, all my experiences are mostly from going to a CUNY school, but I do have some things in there that I learned being at a private school and living on campus. So the first thing, I know for sure it's related to CUNY school, not too sure if it's related to private schools or to state schools, but the first thing that I was very shocked to find out was that college is not like what's on TV. You can't just go taking whatever class that you want. If you're receiving financial aid, you have to take classes within your major. I remember my first semester at a CUNY school, I sat with an advisor who helped me pick my classes. And then I was just feeling like, I don't know, like I was, what's her name? Lisa Bonet's character on the Cosby Show. Like I was just feeling real free. So I decided to drop one of my classes. No, actually drop 2 of my classes and instead sign up for French and for theater, because those are the things that I enjoy. And I thought college was like this whole experience. You get to experience different cultures and learn all these different things. No. I was a nursing major and I had to take classes within my major. I did not know this until I had a bill, and I'm confused because I'm like, wait, I went to a private school and I wasn't paying out of pocket. Why is CUNY with $6,000, with a tuition of $6,000 a year, asking me to pay out of my pocket? So when I went to financial aid, they said it's because you have 2 classes that aren't on your major that you're signed up for. You need to drop those or else you won't get financial aid. Oh my God. I was like, wait, what? But thank God, I realized something was wrong prior to me starting classes, because if I went on to take those classes, I would have had to pay out of pocket and it would have threw my financial aid way off. So if you're starting into your college experience journey, whatever the case may be, and you're going to a CUNY school, keep that in mind. If you are using financial aid, you have to take classes within your major. So I was a nursing major. All of my classes had to be science courses and whatever else was required for that in order for me to graduate. Now, as I mentioned before, I started off at a private school. So I did a year at a private school already. And although I was a nursing major, a lot of the classes that I took at that school, they were transferable, but they weren't classes that were required at my new school. So therefore, they were counted as electives. So I met most of my elective credits already, which is why I could only take classes that were related to my major, which absolutely sucked because I was expecting college to be like this whole thing, and it really wasn't. The second thing I wish I knew is that there's no real pressure in going into college not really knowing what you want to study. So I'm the type of person, I like to plan ahead, I like to know everything, I like to feel like I know everything and I'm in control of everything. But the reality was that, I mean, especially now looking back, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Actually, no, that's a lie. I knew what I wanted to do, but it was being clouded by everyone else telling me what I should be doing. Be a PA, be a nurse, be whatever, and it's like, no, that's not what I'm interested in. No, that's not what I'm interested in. This is shit. I said, no, that's not what I'm interested in. And everybody's like, well, that's why you the money is and stuff like that. And I understand that. I appreciate the advice because it's true. You want to graduate school and be able to find a job. But that conflict did not help my anxiety. So I went into school just completely unsure. And now being older and having graduated college, I wish I knew that, like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. You know, God willing, will live a very long time. You will have many times to reinvent yourself. So go with what you're interested in. Study that. If it doesn't work out, then, you know, I'm not gonna say oh well, but like, you know, you can always go back to school. You can always reinvent yourself. Now, the second or third time, it might be a little harder if you're older to go back to school, but it is what it is. So I wish I knew this now, so I wouldn't have put so much pressure on myself going into school. The third thing I wish I knew going into college was take junior year seriously. When I was in high school, and I believe like a lot of people in high school are like this, I didn't really know myself, and a lot of my self-value, a lot of the way that I felt about myself, I just spit right at you guys, I'm sorry. But a lot of the way that I felt about myself was based on my friends, classmates, whatever, the people around me. So if I was hanging around a lot of people who didn't really, you know, who are like blase about school, I became like that too. Although in the past I was very studious and I was really serious about getting those A's, the longer I was in high school, the less I cared about my grades. I think it was something to the notion of like seeing other people be excited or be content with their C's made me feel like, well, I'm getting B's, so what's the problem, when I used to like yearn for those A's. So I wish I knew to take my junior year seriously, because junior year just really set where you're gonna go up to college. You could have like not sucked, but you could have been doing okay your freshman and sophomore year. If you do really well your junior year and write a really great essay and get some good recommendations, you can really get into some great schools. So the fourth thing is, finding a school that has your major is just as important as finding a school that has the right vibe for you. And I say this because I remember the most important thing to me was finding a school that had my major back then, which was nursing. But I didn't think about the fact that college is an experience. You're not just going to be going to class, but you're going to be hanging out on campus. So it has to have the right vibe that you're looking for. And the right vibe for me back then was, you know, a place where it was pretty cultured. I'd see people that look like myself, but I'd also get to hang around people who don't look like me, because I'd spent 4 years out of school that was like 99.9% black. So I wanted to be around other people and learn from other people. I wanted to be away. I wanted to experience a different culture. I wanted to like I just wanted college to be like what I saw in movies. Just looking at colleges based on majors, that's not gonna guarantee that you're gonna find that. So if you're out there right now and you're looking at colleges, think about that. It's not just about the school having your major, but it's also about the vibe of the campus, if it fits with what you're looking for out of a college. Fifth thing that I wish I knew is to take 15 credits every semester. So this might differ per schools, but I know specifically for CUNY schools, in order for you to receive a bachelor's degree, you need to take 120 credits. 120 credits in 4 years would mean that each semester you're taking 15 credits. For whatever reason, going into school, nobody told me that. So I was taking 12 credits, and then after a while, because I was trying to just get my prerequisites done for a PA program, my second year of college, I started really slacking. In one semester, I took 2 classes, bruh. I took 2 classes and I used my financial aid. Like, now that I know how all the financial aid works, which I'm gonna get into, I'm like, girl, like, what was you doing? You took 2 classes and you used up your financial aid? Like, that was just not smart at all. So again, if you're going into a CUNY school, make sure that you're taking 15 credits. This is so natural for me to say, because this is a part of my job. This is what I do. I encourage students, I advise students and things like that. But yeah, make sure you're taking the recommended amount of credits in order for you to graduate on time. Like, no matter how much fun you're having on campus, just know that the faster you get out of college, the sooner you can start on your life, the sooner you can start getting that experience that's gonna be needed in order for you to get your dream job. So the sixth thing goes back into what I was just talking about, which is that financial aid is not forever. Financial aid is not endless. I don't know why in my head financial aid was like this thing that as long as you were in school, you would receive financial aid, and it does not work like that. So each student within their lifetime, before they receive their bachelor's degree, has a certain amount of financial aid, so TAP and Pell, that will be awarded to them. I believe if you're in a bachelor's program, for Pell is like 12, and for TAP is it's 10, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't work in a financial aid office, so I don't know this off the top of my head. But just know that there's a limited amount of time, and it's important to know that, and it's important, you know, it's a thing that I wish I could I knew before going into college, because if, let's say there's one semester, you don't plan to take as many classes, maybe you plan on taking one class, then you should know that, you know, maybe you should be able to make that decision on whether or not you want to use your financial aid or not. Maybe you'd want to save your financial aid for a semester where you'll be taking more classes, because it's more difficult for you to try to come up with $4,500 to pay for school versus $1,200. So if you're taking one class and it's something that you could pay out of pocket, and you know you're going to need all those other semesters of financial aid, then, you know, you might want to talk to your financial aid office and see if you can opt out in receiving your financial aid for that semester and just use it for a different semester. So an example of when this could happen is, let's say you're at a CUNY school, right? And you're taking the prerequisites required to get into the nursing program or to get into radiology, whatever the case may be. So maybe you're almost finished with your prerequisite. You only have one prerequisite left before you can actually apply to get into the program. As opposed to use one semester on that one prerequisite that's left to take, you can opt out. I believe you have to write a letter stating that you're opting out of using your financial aid for that semester. You can opt out. That way, when you're actually in the program, you have financial aid there to cover the cost of the classes that you'll need to take. So I hope that made sense. Yeah, if it didn't, as always, make sure if you have any questions, you comment it down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Seventh thing is related to my first year of college when I went away for school, which is, if you're moving into a dorm, you don't need everything. I literally, by the way, I hate the word literally, but I literally took everything that I owned, and I got to campus, and I'm seeing other people's rooms, and their rooms is like nice and neat, and they don't have that much stuff, and I'm like, what? So much so I think like maybe a month or two after being on campus, I started sending things back to my house because it was just so much stuff that I brought in. So if you're moving into a dorm, you really don't need that many stuff. Usually, I know people usually go off to dorms like in a fall semester. So really, you just need like a little bit of summer clothes, fall clothes, and winter clothes, and that's it. Like, you don't need everything. Like, eighth thing that I wish I knew is college is what you make it. So when I went off to college, being in a new atmosphere, I don't know why, but in the back of my head, I felt like college was going to change me into this person that I'm not. I thought it was going to make me more open to meeting new people and just being like super carefree or whatever the case is, and that did not happen. Actually, the total opposite happened. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I just went into my shell, and I was just so uncomfortable. Like, I wish I could go back and be like, girl, what's wrong with you? Get out your head. Like, what is wrong with you? But I was so uncomfortable, and I just stayed to myself, and I just wasn't me. I wasn't me. I was uncomfortable. I just felt out of place. So I wish I knew that college was what you make it. So I could stop waiting for excitement to happen, so I could stop waiting for my college experience to be this grand thing. I wish I knew that it was up to me, that, you know, like, just get out your shell, like, stop being so nervous, stop it. The ninth thing that I wish I knew is that it's all hard work anyway, so you might as well go for what you're interested in. So I understand that certain majors, you're more likely to get a job, you're more likely to make a certain amount of money versus others, but honestly, they're all pretty much hard work. Even if you think you're in the easiest major, the work itself might not be difficult, but you might be receiving a lot of the work. So a lot of easy work is difficult, in my opinion. Like, even if you have an easy teacher, if they're consistently giving you a whole bunch of work, it becomes difficult because it's something that you have to keep up with, and it's annoying, honestly. So whatever that you do, it's gonna be hard anyway, so you might as well choose the thing that you're more passionate about, because it won't feel as burdenous, if that makes sense. And the last thing that I wish I knew going in is it's as easy as applying, aka don't be intimidated by a big school. If you know that you've done the work freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, you've put in the work, you have a good GPA, you have a good college essay, you can get good recommendations, then it's as easy as applying. And the worst thing that could happen is that you receive a no. And if you're still really interested in going to that school after your first year, you can still transfer to that school. So it's as easy as applying. Like, don't be intimidated by a big school. And I'm speaking to you out there watching this video right now. Again, if you are on your way, to start your college journey, your college experience now, don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by a school that, you know, that's highly ranked and highly respected. Like, it's as easy as applying. If you put in the work in your SATs, on your regions, on your classes, then there is nothing to be afraid of. You will, you know, just apply, and who knows, you might get in. So yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. As always, if you are not yet subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button. My name is Ren Vasti. If you did not read it, down below, I upload every Wednesday. Did I say this already? I'm pretty sure that I did. Anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. Make sure you see my previous uploads. Watch as many videos as you like, girl. Like, stick around, enjoy, have fun, and I will see you next time right here on my next upload.